All right, good morning, everybody. I'm Jackie Green from the Chatham County Council on Aging, and we are very lucky today to have a special guest with us to do a presentation called Healthy Living Strategies for Living at Home. And we have Chelsea Williams from Durham Tech, and I will let her finish her introductions. And we are just so happy she's here. It is so important to the Council on Aging's mission that we help our seniors be able to live at home and age in place. So this is a really important topic for us to cover. So thank you, Chelsea, for being available here to us today. And it's popped over to you, my dear.
Awesome. Thank you so much. My name is Chelsea Williams. I am a second-year student in the Occupational Therapy Assistant Program at Durham Tech. Geriatrics are very important to me, and the Council on Aging of Chatham County is also very important to me. So I grew up in Chatham. I went to Northwood High School, so I've lived here all my life. So I'm very passionate about the seniors in this area. My grandma being one of them. She used to come to the Council on Aging all the time. Some of you may know her. But you guys are very important to me. This is my favorite community to work with. I hope when I graduate, maybe I'll be working in a facility in the area. That is my hope. So maybe I'll get to see some of you guys. But as she said, we're going to be talking about aging in place today. So I'm going to go ahead and share my PowerPoint and we'll get started. Okay, can you guys see my PowerPoint?
Yes, we can. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So we're going to go ahead and start. So as we said, my topic is healthy living at home for seniors, so aging in place. So I do have learning objectives for today. So you're going to be able to successfully define aging in place and list 3 ways to do this. You'll be able to successfully list 3 items for safe home adaptations, and you'll also be able to successfully list 3 wellness and healthy lifestyle options. So to get started, we're just going to define aging in place. So the CDC defines aging in place as the ability to live in one's own home and community safely, independently, comfortably, regardless of age, income, or ability level. And this is so important because according to reports from the AARP, about 90% of older adults would prefer to remain in their own home as they age rather than uprooting to expensive institutional care. So now we go on to talk about why is aging in place so important. I really like that quote from AARP because I feel like that really shows why aging in place is so important, that 90% of seniors would prefer to stay in their own home. So that's why we're going to talk about this, because it is so important. As we know, the population is aging at a much higher rate than it ever has due to the baby boomer population. So today, there are more than 46 million older adults aged 65 and older living in the U.S. By 2050, that number is expected to double to 90 million. So by 2030, it is projected that 1 in 5 Americans will be 65 and over. So that clearly shows that this is a big deal. We are going to have a lot of aging population and a lot of seniors in America. And as we know now, facilities are already overloaded and stretched to capacities, and they're usually understaffed. So think about adding more people into that situation, into a facility, and they're already understaffed. So that could decrease the quality of care tremendously. So this is a local statistic. So the 2017 estimated median age for Chatham County residents is 47. So that is up from 38.7 in 2007. And that is also above the state average. So as of 2017, the percentage of residents aged 65 and older was nearly 24%, while those 0 to 19 was lower at 22%. So they say that Chatham County is becoming grayer at a faster rate than surrounding areas. So that just means our population here in Chatham County tends to be a little older than surrounding counties such as Alamance or Wake. I personally feel like that is due to all the great amenities and things we have for seniors in this county. I was unaware about most of them until I started doing this research, but there are so many facilities here, the Council on Aging, the PACE program, all kinds of great things for seniors. So no wonder they want to move to good old Chatham County. And as I said before, aging in place is important because people do want to stay at home. So now we're going to talk about the benefits of aging in place. So if you're able to stay in your own home, you're able to make your own decisions. You don't have somebody coming in at 7 to give you your medicine. You have your independence. You can still do, for the most part, what you please. Also, staying in your own home is more comfortable. Nobody wants to be put in a room with a roommate with like hospital colored walls. Obviously, your home is going to be more comfortable for you. It's also very convenient. Having to uproot and move your stuff to a senior living community, that's a lot of work. You'd have to get rid of a bunch of your stuff that's very meaningful to you. So it's just convenient to be able to keep everything where you want it. Also, it saves you money, it saves the state, and it also saves money at the federal level. So that's to do with Medicaid, Medicare that help pay for seniors to live in senior living communities. Also, the social aspect, so staying close to children, grandchildren, neighbors, and friends. Maybe your children, you live with your children, or your grandchildren can come and stay the night with you. Stuff like that doesn't happen at senior living facilities, and it seems like people are less likely to visit when you get into one. I guess maybe it's less private and it's just not as comfortable as going to somebody's house. It increases your mental state. So obviously everything we've listed above will make you happier. So an increased mental state, lower depression rates, and also it lowers your potential risk for communal viruses. So right now, as we know, COVID-19 is running rampant in senior living communities. So if you're at home, you can avoid things like that for the most part. Also, things like C. diff, a lot of stuff like that goes around senior living facilities and nursing homes pretty rapidly. So at your own house, you can avoid those things, which are pretty nasty to get. So if you want to age in place, you need to plan ahead. So it's not something you just decide to do overnight. So important things you need to do. Think about things you or your spouse may need help with as you age. So if you live alone, do you have somebody that may be able to help you? Like, do your children live near you? Do you have a neighbor that could stop in and help? Also, you need to think about any illnesses you or your spouse may have. So if you have diabetes, COPD, emphysema, things like that, it's good to talk to your doctor about challenges you may face living at home and see if aging in place and living at home is even an option for you, just to be safe. Personal care and chores. So if you need somebody to come in and help you cook, go to the grocery store for you, clean up a little bit, do you have a relative or a friend that's near you that would be willing to help? Or even if you don't, there are plenty of services around that you can pay to help you with these things. So next, finance. When you are unable to do your own finances, who do you have that can help you? So you'd want to find a trusted relative if they live near you. Obviously, it's your money. You want to make sure you trust them. So a financial counselor or a geriatric care manager. So the Chatham County Council on Aging would more than likely be able to refer you somewhere that could help you with that. Then medication management is obviously also an important thing. So medication compliance is very important for your health. So they now have all kinds of technology that can remind you when to take your meds. So you could set an alarm on your phone. They have pill boxes with alarms on them now. You could get an Amazon Alexa, and that can tell you every day, take your morning medicine, or it's time to take your night medicine. So plenty of things that can help remind you to take your meds, which is awesome. So next, I'm going to show you guys this aging quiz, which is actually super cool because we did it when we started our geriatrics class. We did this quiz, and it was nice for us as like 20 and 30-year-olds to get to see answers to or think about these questions that we might not have thought about before. So there's a lot of them. We're not going to go over all of them. So the first question I wanted to go over is, so you guys can just shout out true or false, and then I'll let you know the correct answer. So the first one says the majority, more than 50% of older adults will become senile, defective memory, disoriented, demented during old age. True or false?
Who would like to, oh, wait a minute. So who would like to answer? Oh, wait a minute, I'm still muted too. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
I'm sorry, the screen is saying I'm muted and I'm not muted. I apologize. So Daryl, would you like to answer that one? The majority of more than 50% of older adults will become senile, which means defective memory, disoriented, or demented during old age. What do you think? True or false, Daryl?
Maybe true.
True. Okay.
That's funny. That's actually what the majority of my class thought, but it is actually false. So, contrary to popular stereotype, dementia is not a normal part of aging or inevitable. Statistics will vary depending on the study, but most estimate that approximately 2 to 3% of older adults in their 70s experience some form of dementia, 5 to 10% in the 80s, and may jump to 20 to 30 in your 90s. So these statistics include mild as well as severe forms of dementia, and research concerning not only the treatment but prevention of dementia is ongoing and it's promising. So the next one I'm going to move on to is the chronological age is the most important determinant of someone's age. True or false?
Say that again.
Chronological age is the most important determinant of someone's age.
False.
So let me put that in other terminology so people can understand it. So the age number that you have, so if you're 85, so that number is the most important thing that determines your age. True or false?
False. I think it's false.
Ruth said false.
Correct. So I can't remember if my class said true or not, but individuals age in many different ways. And the least important of these is chronological age. So it is simply the number of years since one's birth. Most important is functional age. So how well is one able to function in their social environment? And 3 factors that make up functional age are psychological age, social age, and physiological biological age. So we have all met individuals who biologically are nearing the end of their lifespan, but psychosocially are independent, creative, vibrant, and well able to meet life's challenges.
Could you read that one more time? I think that's got a lot of information in there, especially those 3 factors.
Yes, it does. And I will go over them slower. So the reason I picked out these specific questions is because I feel like they fit well in this presentation. So I will repeat it because it is important to pick up on this. So individuals age in many different ways, and the least important of those is chronological age. So chronological age is simply the number of years since one's birth. Most important is functional age. So how well one is able to function in their social environment. So then 3 factors that make up your functional age are your psychological age, social age, and physiological biological age. So we have all met individuals who biologically are nearing the end of their lifespan, but psychosocially are independent, creative, vibrant, and well able to meet life's challenges. So somebody that I think of like that is my grandma, who is 88, but she is still a spitfire, super independent, creative, and vibrant. So age doesn't matter. And the next one we're going to go to is right here where it says, most older adults have difficulty adapting to change. In other words, they tend to be set in their ways. Do you guys think that's true or false?
True.
I don't know. True.
That's true.
True, that's funny. I thought it was true as well, as did most of my classmates, but it's actually false. So older adults are no more rigid than younger adults. And according to this tends to be a relatively stable personality characteristics. So individuals who are rigid and have difficulty adapting to change in young adulthood will have these same difficulties when they become older, which was interesting to me because you always think of older people as having like a routine and wanting to stay with that routine.
And back to that saying, you can't teach old dog new tricks, but really you can.
Which is funny because that's one of the questions on here. You can't teach an old dog new tricks, and that is false. So you guys can learn new tricks. So the next one we're going to move on to is this one right here that says, physical handicaps are the primary factors limiting the activities of older adults. You guys think that's true or false?
Why don't you read it one more time?
Sure. So physical handicaps, so that means like maybe arthritis, things like that, that physically affect you, are the primary factors limiting the activities of older adults.
True.
True. So I would have thought that would be true as well, but it's actually false. So according to this, the primary handicap that older adults experience is the result of age stereotyping and ageism. So they have a negative impact on older adults, obviously. They limit the activities and opportunities available to the older individual. So an example they put here is an older adult might be discouraged from attending college because what's the point? You can't be interested in starting a new career, or from dressing in a particular way. So people your age don't dress like that. Ageism and age stereotyping may result in age discrimination. So for example, a person may be fired from their job simply because of their age. Although age discrimination is illegal in the United States for most jobs, it is difficult to prove.
So could you describe, and I may be asking you to step out of your comfort zone here, and if so, I apologize. Can you describe the difference between age stereotyping and ageism?
Okay, age stereotyping is, so somebody is 60 years old. Age stereotyping would be that they might have difficulty hearing. They might.
So is it saying that everyone in that category has the same characteristics?
Yes. So like you're grouping everybody in a cookie cutter example, but not everybody is going to have those issues. Like, oh, you're 60, you're not going to be able to get out and play tennis. But you know, there are some 70-year-olds that play tennis. So you're trying to categorize everybody that age into what you believe is true about that age. Ageism is like the example about the job thing. So discriminating against somebody because of their age. So instead of hiring the person that's 50 with a lot of experience, you want to hire the 20-year-old that you think is going to be with your company for a long time.
And just so people know, we will be hitting on these items. Just so you know, we've got a session set up in January, and let me just look at my calendar real quick. I believe it is the let me look. It's the first Thursday, I believe, in January, and we'll be talking about age stereotyping and ageism. Just so this kind of leads right into that.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you guys are going to talk about it. It is very important, and it happens all the time. I've seen it happen time and time again. And that's
why here, like when people are here, some, you know, and we're coming in for programs, you know, some people will say to me, well, you know, I can't do that. I'm just too old. And my goal is to help them see themselves not as that quote, that old, but let them see that they are capable, whether it's doing a craft that, you know, they say, well, I'm not artistic or I'm not crafty. Well, you know what? We just do it to the best we can, and that's doing it. So.
And I'm so glad. That is so important because I'm terrible at crafting, but honestly, it makes me so happy and it can bring joy to you. So even if you're not artistic, I mean, it's fun. Okay, I think we will do maybe one more because this is taking a lot of time. I don't want to keep you guys over. Okay, so the next one we're going to go to is physical strength tends to decline in old age.
True or false?
False.
Conway, would you like to answer that, or Daryl?
I said false.
Daryl says false. Anybody else have a guess?
True. So actually, that one is true, but also kind of not. So physical strength does decline with age, but exercise can counteract and limit the amount of loss. So someone who is 65 and exercises regularly may be, and probably will be, in better shape and have greater physical strength than a 40-year-old couch potato. So exercise is important, and we will be going over that. So
Okay.
I'm going to go back to the presentation. Can you guys still see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Can you see the PowerPoint?
No,
No. Okay.
we're just seeing the quiz.
Let's see. Zoom is finicky, and you have to turn off sharing and turn it back on again.
Yep.
So I'm trying to do that right now.
We've all been, well, some of us have been learning that as well, and let me tell you, it's a trick. So take your time.
It is. It really is. It's not wanting to come up for me. Let's see. Okay, it keeps going away.
Do you want to move it into a separate window and then go back out, stop sharing, and go back in and share that new window?
Yeah, so it's actually, it won't even pull up on my computer. I keep clicking on it and then it disappears before I can ever click anything. Technical difficulties, I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay.
Okay, I'm really not sure what.
All right, so what I'm gonna do is, bear with me just a second. Let me see where I am here. I am gonna take this moment while you're doing that, and I'm just gonna do a little commercial in here. And when you get that working, you let me know. How's that sound?
That sounds lovely.
Okay, because I know when you're idle there and you're trying to do it, it's very, very frustrating. So let me. All right. So hello, everybody. Again, I'm Jackie. So I just wanted to give you a few heads up on what's coming up in the next week or so. We are just so thankful that you're all here with us. And so tomorrow we have a really special program at 11:15. And that program is Science with Alan, and it's one of our most popular programs that we offer. Alan is our kitchen manager here in the Eastern Center, and he is a man of many talents. There you go, Chelsea. You got it.
You saw it? Let me put it back
All
up.
I had to do is start talking, and it just makes it work better.
Yes, it does.
So we hope you'll all join us for Science with Alan tomorrow at 11:15. And let me go back and put you back in the spotlight. Let's see. Let me get there. Hold on a second.
You're fine.
Now it's my turn trying to figure out what's right and what's wrong.
I thought I knew Zoom, but you start presenting and it just goes out the window.
That's right. All right. So now let's see. Why can't I find Spotlight Video? I'm sorry, everybody. I guess I'll pin video and see what happens. Remove.
We see the PowerPoint.
Okay.
You see the PowerPoint. Okay, we'll leave it at that.
Awesome. Well, I will start talking again then. So the next part of our presentation, or my presentation, we're going to be talking about things to know for successful aging in place. So first of all, how can an occupational therapist help? So I made this whole PowerPoint from an occupational therapist's perspective. So a quote about occupational therapy that I really liked, I put in here and I'm going to read it. So it says, occupational therapy practitioners utilize their understanding of the aging process to enable older adults to participate in meaningful activities in their desired environment, given their individual abilities and personal attributes. So a lot of people don't know what OT is, and I think that shows OT pretty well. So basically, occupational therapists assist with occupations that bring you meaning in life. We can suggest individualized ways to thrive in your home. So everything I've put in this PowerPoint are things that we may suggest going into somebody's home to help them age in place. So fall prevention is super important. So this slide is on statistics. So falls are the leading cause of fatal and non-fatal injuries for older Americans. So falls threaten seniors' safety and independence and generate enormous economic and personal costs. So according to the CDC, 1 in 4 Americans age 65 and older falls each year. So chances of falls can be reduced, and it is not inevitable for all. Not everybody's going to have a fall, but things listed later in this PowerPoint are going to help reduce falls. Fear of falling is also a big thing that has an impact on seniors. So some seniors may limit their activities and social engagements just because they are scared of falling. And that can result in further feelings of helplessness, social isolation, depression, and physical decline. So, as a lot of you know, for a senior, a fall can land you in the hospital, and sometimes you might catch a pneumonia or something in there and never get to leave. So it's important to try to prevent unnecessary things as much as you can. But I do have another interactive question to ask you guys. What room do you think the highest percentage of falls occurs in? So what room in your home would you think the most falls would happen in?
Bathroom.
The bathroom.
Yes, you guys are awesome. It is the bathroom. And I feel like that could be due to, you know, the water, the tile floor, so after showering and stuff like that. But we can prevent that, and we will talk about it. So fall prevention, you're going to want to make sure you clear any clutter to ensure clear paths in the home. So if you have a dog, make sure the toys aren't laying all in the middle of the floor for you to trip on at night. Or if you have grandkids over, you want to make sure they're cleaning their toys up and getting them out of your way so you don't fall. You don't want any cords stretching across your pathway that you can trip over when you're not paying attention. Make sure you remove area rugs. I know rugs are nice, but they tend to curl up at the corners sometimes, and it's very easy for your foot to trip over one. So an easy thing is just to remove all rugs. You want to ensure that your rooms are well lit. If you have any light bulbs that are burnt out, make sure you replace them or get extra lighting. So that way you can see anything in the floor that you may trip over, or water spills, anything. You need to know the side effects of your medications. So dizziness is a pretty common side effect for most medications. So you want to make sure that you are vigilant of that. And if your medication is causing dizziness, it would be a good thing to talk to your doctor, because obviously that increases your chance of a fall. Make sure you're wearing appropriate footwear with grip in your house. So instead of walking around barefooted or in just regular socks, it may be a good idea to get socks with grips on the bottom, or some comfortable slippers with a rubber sole, or even a good pair of shoes that you want to wear around in the house. So that way you're
supposed to wear shoes without backs, right? You should wear like slippers without backs on them, right?
Yes.
No. I'm sorry. No, you should always wear shoes that have backs on them so that you're not going to slip out of them.
It was a trick question.
I did. I tricked you.
Always wear backs to your shoes.
Hey, you know something? people who live on the second floor of the houses, they get like what is that? Things like lifts, so that they don't fall, fall down the stairs.
Yeah, that's
So you-
important too.
Yeah, so you keep things away from the stairs. Is that what you're saying, Daryl? Or you're wearing
What?
shoes that have backs on them so you don't fall down the stairs?
No. They're stair lifts. They get stair lifts. So
Oh,
they
stair
don't
lifts.
fall.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, stair lifts are a good thing. They're mighty expensive, but
Yeah.
they're very useful for people that need them. We are going to go over more ways to use stairs as well, like to make them safer a little later on. So also make sure you're appropriately using your ambulatory devices. If the doctor tells you that you need to use a cane to walk around your house, make sure you're using the cane. Don't just think that you're in your house so you're safe. That is oftentimes when falls occur, when you think you might, oh, I'm just running to the bathroom real quick, I don't need my cane. Make sure you take your cane, and also make sure you're using them properly. So next is exercise and staying active. So keeping yourself active and not sitting around the house actually can decrease your chance of a fall. So make sure you're staying active. Next, we're going to go over some home modifications. So you're going to want to make sure that your main rooms that you need, so your kitchen, bathroom, bedroom, and laundry room, are on the first floor of your house if it's multi-level. So that way you don't have to go up and down the stairs in case later in life you're in a wheelchair and you're not able to do that. Then you would have to get a stair lift, which those are pretty expensive, but some people may want that, and if they do, that's fine. But it's more cost effective and probably easier if you can just have your main rooms on the first floor. Grab bars in the bathroom and handrails on the stairs are very important. So grab bars next to your toilet to help you lower yourself down and pull yourself back up when you're using the bathroom. Grab bars in the shower are also very important for you to hold on to while you're bathing, so you don't lose your balance. And then handrails on the stairs. So something that you can hold on to while you're going up and down the stairs to steady your balance. A walk-in shower with a removable shower head is a very good idea. So there's no ledge for you to step over or step out of where you could potentially slip while your feet are wet. Also, the removable shower head is a good idea, because if you have a shower chair, you can just stay seated the whole time you shower. So just take the shower head and rinse yourself off all over. When you're done, you can stand up and put the shower head back. So that way it's much easier and you can remain seated, which is safer for some folks. You're going to want a ramp to enter and exit your house. Even if you're only using a walker or a cane now, that still may be beneficial, because, of course, if later in life you may need a wheelchair, obviously you'll already have the ramps to enter and exit the house, because stairs and wheelchairs don't really work out. So that is a good thing to add to your house. A raised toilet seat, so that way you have a spot to go down and get back up. And they also have grab bars on the side, which is very nice. Like I said, again, to help you lower yourself down and push yourself back up when you're ready to get up. Non-slip floor mats. I feel like those are the most important in the kitchen and in the bathroom. So when you're stepping out of the shower, walking out of the shower, because hopefully you'll have a walk-in shower. When you step on that, even if you're wet, it won't slip, so it's more sturdy. And also in the kitchen, when you're washing dishes, in case water gets on the floor, it'd be good to have a non-slip floor mat, just in case, so that way you don't fall over any water that could have been spilled that you were unaware of. Flooring is also an important thing to talk about. So carpeting, it can be easier to trip on, obviously, than, laminate or wood floors. So if you can get rid of your carpeting, if that's at all possible, that's a good idea. And maybe go with tile, laminate, stuff like that. That's less of a fall hazard. So now I've got some pictures of the home modifications I just talked about. So you'll see on the left, well, for the people that are online, it's just an example of a walk-in shower with a shower chair and a removable shower head, as well as a grab bar. So that is a great shower to have. And then the next picture is just of a raised toilet seat with the grab bars on the side. And the next one is, if you don't have a raised toilet seat, a grab bar, or one that doesn't have handles, a grab bar on the wall that you can use to lower yourself down and pull yourself up. And this lady is using it to also hang her cane on, which is a good idea. So when she gets up, it's right there. So the next pictures, this man is using the handrail on his stairs to stable himself while using his cane to walk up. So that's how you want to be going upstairs, making sure you're holding on to that handrail to stabilize yourself. And then the next picture in the middle is a great example of a ramp going into somebody's house. They also have the textured non-slip tape or whatever it is on there. So when it gets wet, the wood isn't slick. And so you won't slide going down that. So I like that they have that textured on there. And then the next one I'll be going over in the next slide, but if you do have stairs, you'll want to get some bright colored tape or something that's contrasting to the color of your carpet and put it right on the edge as like a visual cue to yourself that you need to step up so you can see exactly where the edge of the stairs are so that you're less likely to trip. So safety at home with low vision, the thing that I just talked about with the contrast colored tape on the edge of the stairs, that's for when you get older, your vision declines. And that just makes it easier for you to see where you need to step up, where the edge of the stairs are. So I think that is a great and very easy and very cheap thing to do to help prevent falls with stairs. So low vision is an impairment by ocular pathologies. So I'm sure some of you guys have heard of this. So macular degeneration makes up for 60% of low vision cases, followed by glaucoma and diabetic retinopathy. So you're gonna, like I said, place brightly colored tape over the edge of stairs or anywhere that requires a step up. So maybe if you have a step up going from your foyer to your living room or inside your house, putting bright colored tape there is also a good idea. So anywhere there's a step up. And another place where you're going to want to make sure none of your lights are out is if you have low vision, make sure that all of your rooms are well lit, and you're going to want to have task lighting for activities. So like lamps, they have gooseneck lamps that can actually bend down. You can adjust it to however you need it to see to do your activities. So if you like to read at night, do Sudoku, word searches, anything like that, just have a lamp right next to your chair that you can bend down to however you may need it to do that activity. Use contrasting colors to make objects more visible. So the example I have here are black faceplates for your light switches on a beige wall. So it's very easy to spot where your light switches are. Or contrasting colors are good for anybody with low vision for anything really. So you could even have contrasting placemats on your dining room table. So if you have a light wood dining room table, get dark placemats. Anything that can help you see better where something is. Contrasting colors help they help a lot. You also want to keep magnifying glasses where activities are done. So maybe keep a magnifying glass in the kitchen for when you're reading recipes, or keep a magnifying glass next to your chair or wherever you sit at night to do your activities. So that way, if you ever need it, you have it right there. You can pull it out of the drawer and see whatever you need to see. Very convenient. Also, increasing object size. So you can get a large print calendar. Instead of squinting to see a regular size calendar, just go ahead and get the large print calendar. That way it's easier for you to see. You don't have to strain your eyes. You can also get large print cookbooks. They make large print just about everything. Your TV you can make bigger, the writing and stuff and subtitles. So make things bigger.
Well, see, that's part of the thing that we
You
do
know
when we
what?
create our calendar here. Just a minute, Daryl, is that we make sure that we do a high contrast, and I make the font as big as I can with the information that we need on it. So just so people know, we do take that into consideration right now. Daryl, did you have a question or a comment?
Yes, and some people I know use walkers to keep from
Yes, they
falling.
do.
You know.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Walkers are good as long as you use them correctly and when you're supposed to.
Yeah.
And another thing, even the font on a computer, like when you're printing things, they always tell us use sans serif fonts because they're plainer and easier to read. So anything you can do to make it easier on your eyes is what you're going to want to do. So I think that's awesome that you guys do that.
What was the font that you said? Sans serif?
Sans serif. There's a couple of them. I think Arial, Times New Roman. Those are two of the sans serif fonts. I think
Okay.
there's a couple of them, but yeah, it's easier on the eyes to read.
Okay. I think they're the ones I use. So, okay, good.
Well, you are doing A-okay. All right, so the next thing we're going to move on to, and if you guys have any questions, y'all just holler out because I'm just on a roll here, but I'm happy to answer questions. So, mental health statistics. So depression is the most common psychiatric condition among the elderly. So some reasons for that may be death of a friend, a spouse, health problems, decline in functional ability, chronic pain. The list goes on. There are tons of things that may cause depression among the elderly. So some interesting statistics I found. Depression occurs in about 8 to 15% of seniors that are not in institutions, so living at home. But for seniors that are institutionalized, it's about 30%. So another reason why aging in place is a great idea. It seems to be less depressing for people. And depression has a negative effect on health and can increase your risk of falls. So you want to make sure you're keeping up with your mental health. That is extremely important. You wouldn't think depression could increase your risk of a fall, but it can. And anxiety is also very common in seniors because depression and anxiety kind of go hand in hand, unfortunately. So mental health maintenance, how we're going to maintain our mental health. So you want to remain active. I know you guys are probably tired of hearing it, but remaining active is so good for you. Keeping as much independence as possible. So if you're able to do your laundry and fold it and put it away, make sure you're doing that. Even though you may have a son or daughter or grandchild that's willing to come over and do it, if you can continue to do as many things for yourself as you can, that will keep you independent longer, and it is good for your mental health. Socializing with your friends, family, and other members of your community as often as possible. I know that is extremely hard with COVID now, but I do have some tips for that coming up in the PowerPoint. Getting a pet, if you're able to have a pet, is a great idea. It just gives you a routine. You have something to take care of and feed, and it really increases your mental health. And then keeping your mind active. So instead of just sitting around, just looking outside or watching TV, you could read, do crosswords, Sudoku, word searches, woodworking, anything that you're interested in. You can do that and keep your mind active. Seek professional help. It's important to talk to somebody if you are struggling with depression. They may be able to prescribe you a medication, or just talking to somebody may help with your symptoms. So professional help is good. Seek it if you need it. And then finding hobbies. So as I said, woodworking, knitting, painting, golfing, tennis, whatever you love to do it. It will make you happier and keep you independent longer. Eating healthy is also important, as we all know. So instead of eating fast food every day and getting a burger, maybe if you are going to eat fast food, maybe try getting a salad more often, or just trying to eat healthier. I know that at the Council on Aging, y'all probably aren't doing it now, but you used to have where seniors could come into your Siler City or Pittsburgh location and eat. And I'm
Yes.
sure that's healthy food that And it's a nice thing, and you don't even have to cook. So
And we are still sending out food to folks. So that's
okay. So that's a
yeah,
great
between
option.
yep.
That is a great option. Better than fast food for sure. That's awesome. Okay, so we're going to talk about mental health maintenance during COVID. So obviously staying connected is very important. There are so many ways to do it. If you're not comfortable with technology, you can do a simple phone call or even writing letters. So I've seen a lot of things going viral on Facebook about people wanting pen pals and stuff. And I've actually pen palled a couple people in senior living facilities, but you could pen pal a grandchild, a friend, anybody. Texting, FaceTiming, Zoom, which we're on right now, which is awesome. You can see people's faces and talk. Facebook, Skype, and email. There are just tons of options to stay connected. Also enjoying the outdoors. So getting out, going for a walk, gardening, biking, even just sitting outside on your porch to get some vitamin D and just enjoy the fresh air. Very good for your mental health. A gratitude journal. So I love this. So in a time where it seems like everything is so negative, you can keep a gratitude journal and just write down everything you have to be thankful for and positive things in your life. And I love that because then we're focusing on the bright side. We're focusing on the positive things in our life instead of letting the negative things drag us down. So gratitude journal is a great idea. Getting plenty of sleep, a healthy diet, as I've said before, and then meditation is a good one. Meditation and yoga, very good for your mental health. And Tai Chi as well. I know I heard you talking about Tai Chi, and I saw that you guys offer yoga, Tai Chi, stuff like that. Great for your mental health.
Yep, we do.
And I have them listed here actually. So wellness and healthy lifestyle. So some tips for this: exercise and have physical activity. Yoga, Tai Chi, and water aerobics are better for seniors because when you get out and run, it's just like it's harder on you. But yoga, Tai Chi, and water aerobics are easier on your body while you're still getting exercise and getting relaxation. Good nutrition, managing your stress. If there are stressful things in your life that you can cut out, maybe see if you can do that. It will help your mental state tremendously. Making sure you get your regular physical, dental, vision, and hearing checkups. That is very important just to make sure nothing's going on and make sure that everything's good to go. Disease management. So making sure you are eating a healthy diet, exercising, taking your medication as you're supposed to be. Medication compliance is very important. Make sure you're educated on your condition. So when I talk about disease management, I'm talking about like diabetes, things like that, that may affect your health. So make sure you're getting regular checkups with your doctor to make sure that you're maintaining everything okay. Also, incorporating energy conservation and activity management to reduce fatigue and physical demands. I'm going to go over that in the next slide. Energy conservation is very important and easy to do. So, examples of energy conservation. So, sit whenever possible. So, if you're doing laundry and you wear out by the time you walk from the dryer back to your living room to fold them, maybe have a chair in your hallway that you can sit down in and take a short break until you're ready to finish walking to the living room. Also, you can sit while you're doing dishes. Pull a stool up in front of the sink and wash your dishes. There are plenty of times when you could sit instead of standing, and that will conserve a lot of energy. Decreasing your leaning and reaching. So when you're doing the laundry, instead of having the basket on the floor, maybe place it on the coffee table so it's right at the same level as you instead of having to bend over and reach. That is also, leaning and reaching is also, could be a fall risk if you get dizzy or something like that. So keep everything at the same level. It's less work for you and it's safer. Decrease your amount of trips up and down the stairs. So if you do have stairs and you come down in the morning, your bedroom's upstairs, make sure you bring everything down with you. So maybe get a book bag or something that you can put on your back that has even weight. You don't want to have a bag with like 20 pounds on one side. That can obviously increase a fall risk. But maybe a book bag, put all your things in it, and then go down the stairs. So you have everything you need for the day down there. You don't have to make multiple trips up because that can be very exhausting. So that is a great idea. Then scheduling household tasks throughout the week. So instead of cleaning the whole house on a Friday, maybe do the dishes Monday, do your laundry Tuesday, clean the bathroom Wednesday. So you can break it down so that everything gets done, but it's just a different day. So that way you're not overdoing yourself and wearing yourself out, because then you'll just be tired for a couple days. Overexerting yourself is not good. You don't want to do that. So sliding objects as opposed to lifting them. So especially in the kitchen when you're cooking, if you have something in a mixing bowl and you need to pick it up and carry it over the other counter, slide it. Anything that you can slide instead of picking up is going to be more beneficial, and it's easier on your joints as well. So you need to balance activity and rest. So don't overtire yourself, like I said. So maybe if you did folded clothes for 30 minutes, maybe take a 30-minute rest. Or if you need a longer rest, that's fine. Take as long as you need. Organizing your grocery list by aisle. So that is a smart way to not be running back and forth in the grocery store, which is exhausting. So have it where you just go down one aisle and then continue to the next, and you don't have to go back to and repeat steps. Or shopping online, which I actually love and I do all the time at Food Lion. Get everything online, then all you have to do is drive up there and pick it up. Super convenient. And planning ahead to avoid rushing and also eliminate unnecessary steps. Okay, medication management. I've talked about that a couple times. It's very important. So one way to make medication management easy is keep all your medications in one central location. So don't have a pill bottle in the bathroom and then a pill bottle in your room and one in the living room. Make sure you have everything like in your pantry or in your kitchen. It doesn't matter what room. They just try to keep them all together. Always make sure you have an up-to-date medication list on you and with your medications. So that is extremely important. So say you needed to go to the hospital and they need to know what medications you have. I wouldn't know what my grandma was on, but I do have one of her medication lists. So thankfully, if I was ever asked, I have a whole list because it's a lot and I wouldn't memorize all of them. Pre-sort. Also, the medication list is good in case you are no longer able to fill your own pill boxes and somebody has to come in and do it for you. They'll know exactly how much you take and when. So pre-sorting your meds for the week into a pill box is a great idea so that you're not having to go into a different bottle every single day and get one pill out. And you can even, they have big ones that you can do 2 weeks in. And if you're not able to do it, you can have someone do it for you. And then other options that they're coming out with, I think most insurances do these now, the daily packaged medication that's sent to you through the mail. So as you can see in this picture here, it'll have your name and then it'll have like morning medication and then the date, the day and the date. And then it has exactly what pills are in this packet. So you would just take all those pills in the morning. Then you would have one for lunchtime if you had lunch meds, and then one for nighttime. I think that's super convenient. And I listed 2 of the popular websites I know of that do this. So I'm sure you guys have heard of PillPack or Occupac RX. So if you're interested in that, maybe check with your pharmacy and see if they offer this service. I feel like a lot of them do nowadays, which is awesome. Another important thing is mobility. So when you're not allowed to drive anymore and you still need to get around, how are you going to do that? Pittsboro, I am impressed, has great mobility options for seniors. So the Chatham Council on Aging has a medical transportation with a reduced fare. And it also has transportation to the 2 senior center locations. So the one here in Pittsboro and also the one in Siler City. They can also take you grocery shopping and I guess wherever else you may need to go. The Chatham Transit Network. It's an in-county service that provides curb-to-curb rides within Chatham County. They also have 2 fixed routes that they provide regular weekday service, and that goes between Siler City, Pittsboro and Chapel Hill, and that's a minimal fee as well. I put their link there in case you guys wanted to check them out, or you can just go to chathamtransit.org. Then Piedmont Health Senior Care covers all transportation activities, and I saw that they can use your personal vehicle if you prefer, use a CNA's vehicle, or a specialized vehicle if you have a wheelchair, maybe a van that can help lift you into the vehicle. Then there's also Lyft and Uber. Not quite sure how many Lyfts or Ubers are in Pittsboro as of right now, but since Pittsboro is growing up, I do anticipate there being Lyft and Uber, which is very easy as well. So since most of you guys are actually on the phone and not able to physically see my presentation, I had a this or that where you're supposed to pick which you think would be the best for you. So for the first one, I have a salad versus like cheeseburgers, and then I wanted you to tell me why you would pick this and not that. But I think we're gonna skip this just due to time, because let's see, yeah, it's already 11. I'm not sure if you guys have another activity after this, but I'm going to skip this. Next, I want to talk about your local resources. So obviously the Chatham County Council on Aging is fantastic. They have pharmacy assistance program, an assistive equipment loan program, which I thought is awesome because assistive equipment is extremely expensive, or it can be. So I think it's amazing that they're willing to loan it to people, so you don't have to go out and buy it in case you needed it for a month or two. They do minor home repairs. They have senior center meals, activities, exercise classes and fitness rooms, health education and disease management, caregiver support, transportation, and medical transportation to medical appointments. So basically, they can assist you with just about anything that I've listed, which is amazing, and you have it right here at your fingertips. So the Meals on Wheels. So the Council on Aging is a member of Meals on Wheels. So to homebound seniors, they can deliver you hot meals. They have 80+ volunteers. It's cooked in their Siler City kitchen, so it's fresh. And if you would like to receive Meals on Wheels, you can contact the Chatham County Council on Aging. Then the Piedmont Health Senior Care. So they have a day program. It's called PACE, and that stands for Program of All-Inclusive Care for the Elderly. So their mission is to promote and sustain the independence of seniors wishing to remain in the community. So they provide seniors with comprehensive long-term health, social, medical, and dietary care. So you would receive an individualized plan of care managed daily by the team of providers. Access to their care is available 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. So, and then I put their address there. So it's on Chatham Business Drive in Pittsboro, which is right near the post office. I think it's right next to the Laurels. And I put their website as well. And then also home care agencies. So for those of you that might need somebody to come in part-time to clean your house or sort out your medications for you, there are plenty of them, but two that I put on here: Right at Home in home care and assistance. They're located in Durham, Chapel Hill, but they also cover Pittsboro. Then there's Home Instead Senior Care based out of Chapel Hill. They also will come to Pittsboro. So then I also have a little quiz, but like I said, due to time, I'm just going to skip over those and show you guys my resources. So if there was anything that you were interested in on here, or maybe you just want to check out where I got my information from, I have everything listed here. And now I am happy to answer questions if you guys have any.
So just remember, if you are muted, go ahead and unmute yourself. I haven't muted anyone, and we would love to have anybody ask any questions that you're thinking of. Peggy or Thelma, do you guys have any questions for Chelsea?
No, I don't.
Okay. Did you learn anything from her presentation this morning?
Really?
Yes.
I
Yes.
did.
But I want to talk.
Conway, what did you learn, Conway?
Well, I want to learn about reemphasize about the different foods you should eat. Because like you said, sometimes you don't have the proper food to eat, but a snack, like a fast food snack, is better than no food at all.
I do agree with that. A lot of fast food places are offering healthy options now. So maybe like a yogurt parfait, or I think some places may offer like fruit and stuff like that. Even McDonald's has some healthier side options. I know they're not as good as their French fries, but they do have some healthier options. Not exactly sure, because all places are different, but they may have applesauce, stuff like that, that could be healthier. Salads. Although I don't think McDonald's has salads anymore.
And like you said, people being isolated, somebody being alone, it's good that people would give them a call. If you got a wife or a husband, you're not isolated. I'm talking about the ones who lives alone.
Yeah, and I think actually the Council on Aging, I thought I saw on your website that you guys actually offer a service where you will call people.
Yes, we do. We have a friendly call program, and Conway, if you can pass on to everybody as well that you talk to, that we do have something called our small group discussions, and we are doing those on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday afternoon. But we just need to know who's interested, and either you can call into them or we can call you into them. And it really, instead of it just being like a one-on-one, we can put you on the friendly call, which is a one-on-one program. But the small group call is good too, because you get the interaction of other people as well on the call. So we do offer both of those. So we would love to add anybody to those lists that is interested. You can just call your center, unless you want to let me know here. You can call the center and let them know that you want to be added either to the friendly calls or to the small group calls.
So that's an amazing service. I'm glad that you guys have that to kind of like get the community together, and you can have other people to talk to, which is very important.
We're looking at another program right now that's called memoir writing, that we have some people, we have a student, and I'm not sure where they're from, that they want to help seniors write their memoirs. And so we're working on how to get that out to kind of let people see the good that's going on in their life or has gone on in their life, and let them reflect and maybe have a lasting gift to give to their families.
That is such a great idea. That is amazing. I love that idea. I love that.
Not my original idea, but I'm willing to take it and run with it.
It's like the gratitude journal, except amped up. Like, that's awesome.
Right. And today is the last day to get your to get to me your thankful leaves. We are making a thankful tree that we're gonna set up, and we're gonna take pictures, and we're gonna send those pictures to everybody that gets a meal. So if you let me know if you haven't filled out your leaf and you want me to fill out your leaf for you, I'm going to be doing that this afternoon. Just let me know what you want to have put on your thankful leaf, and I will make sure it gets on the tree today. Again, call your center and let us know, or you can let me know on here, either way. So what you're talking about, Chelsea, are a lot of things that we've implemented. So I appreciate you bringing them up again and giving us a chance to let people know about them, because, we've got, if we've got good ideas and people don't know about them, then they can't participate. And it's nice to see the theory behind why we do what we do, and then to pick up some new things that we can do. So we appreciate you very much.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. And I was very impressed going through the website, seeing all the things you guys offer, because I know my grandma never took advantage of it. I mean, I know she did knitting. I think y'all did. She did that, but I don't know.
We've got lots of things.
I know.
Liz, did you want to add something?
Yeah, I just want to say I was really impressed by your presentation. It was very professional. You really did a lot of work behind it. And so I'm glad that we were able to film it. So we can share it for others.
Thank you guys so much for having me. I really appreciate it. Like, this is my passion, so I'm so happy I was able to share it, and especially with my local community that I love so much. So thank you guys so much.
Yeah, and come back to Pittsburgh when you graduate.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier in the presentation. I want to so bad. So
Oh, that would be amazing. That would be such a gift because then you see the, people that, you may have gone to school with their grandkids or, and it's just such a great connection to be able to make with folks. And to have somebody with your knowledge and your passion in this community would be exactly what we need. So
Exactly, because we need more young people to take care of us.
I'm all for it.
Woohoo! All for one, one for all.
All right. Any more questions from any of our participants? I don't want to shortchange the questions. Daryl, did you have a question?
No.
Okay. How about you, Amber? Did you have a question?
No, but I did enjoy what you were talking about, especially about the glaucoma, your eyesight, because I do have that, and that was very interesting.
Well, I am so glad. Thank y'all for tuning on and listening to me talk for an hour. I hope you're able to implement some of these things, and I hope that they really benefit you in your life and keep you at your home as long as you can be.
Yeah.
Right. Well, wonderful. Val or Rick, do you guys have any comments or questions?
No questions, but I thought it was a well-designed presentation. The questions that you asked were right on target, and the information was just very good. The presentation was outstanding. So I really enjoyed it, and I made Rick enjoy it too.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And I like the fact that you asked the questions and, you solicited input, which is always good when you're doing a program, especially when we're doing it virtually. It's harder to keep people engaged. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
I also appreciate the attention you paid to the people on the telephone. You were sensitive to the fact that people could not see your presentation, and you read all of the important things and describe some of the pictures and things, and I think that was wonderful.
Well, thank you so much. Awesome. I really appreciate it.
Well, we wish you the absolute best. So how much more schooling do you have?
So I graduate in May of next year. So all I have left is my full-time field work. So I have 2 placements where I will spend 8 weeks, 40 hours a week. And then I'll be graduated.
Yay!
Awesome.
Well, you'll have to let us know so we can cheer you on.
I will. Maybe I'll be able to come back and help with activities and stuff. I don't know.
Sure.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah.
We'd love it. All right. Well, thank you so much. Well, we would like to go ahead and sign off. We just so thank you, Chelsea. And like everybody said, you did an amazing job. And your bubbliness and your energy and your enthusiasm really helps brighten our day. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much. Y'all have brightened my day as well. So I really appreciate it. And thank you for having me so much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come
We'll take
back.
Thanks. Y'all have a